Let's look at an example of a fill-only grading solution. This scenario is going to look a lot like the cut example that you just saw. All right, so we have our plan right here. It's higher up to the left and then goes lower down towards the right. All right, so we've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this area right here is where we want to place our flat pad. Okay. In this case, we're going to set the finished grade of our flat pad at 4.5. All right, so what you want to do is take the contour just above or uphill of your flat pad and go slightly lower than that. All right, we're going to take it down to 4.5. Then it's time to modify some contours. And let's start with contour 4 because you can see that it crosses our flat pad. You can't have that. All right, so we need to modify this contour. All right, it's going to come and wrap around downhill of our flat pad and then join back up and meet the grade over here. All right. So our question at that point is, how far away from the flat pad does contour 4 need to be? How much space do we need to give that in order to create our required 1 in 3 slope? Well, you know by now that we're going to do a little diagram. Here we go. Our little triangle. Our vertical distance is going to be between 4.5, that's our finished elevation, all right, and 4, that's our contour. So our vertical distance is 1/2 foot. The slope is 1 in 3. And therefore, you can calculate that the horizontal distance between our flat pad and contour 4 should be 1.5 feet. All right, and so that should be right here. You want to make sure that contour 4 comes no closer than 1.5 feet at all points in this area. All right, notice you also have to worry about the other side of your flat pad. All right, and so contour 5 has to be located at least 1.5 feet away from the edge of our flat pad. It looks like they make it this fine. Excuse me. It looks like they make it just fine this time. All right, so no modification of the grade is needed in this area. All right, next step, we did contour 4. Now it's time to modify contour 3. If you look at the existing contour, it comes through our flat pad. Well, that's no good. All right, we need to modify it. So contour 3 is going to come, and here is the solid line showing the new and or modified contour. We're going to give it a little curve here and come around and follow kind of along with contour 4 and then meet up with the existing. The question then becomes, how far away from contour 4 does contour 3 need to be in order to keep our 1 in 3 slope? Right? As usual, we're going to draw our little diagram. Here's our little triangle. The vertical distance is going to be between contour 4 and contour 3 is 1 feet. Our slope is given as 1 in 3. So therefore, we can calculate that the horizontal distance is 3 feet. No surprise, these are the same numbers from our last example. What that means is as you draw contour 3, it can't be any closer than 3 feet, all right, to contour 4 at any point. So we've done contour 4, we've done contour 3. What about contour number 2? All right, as you look at this example, you can see that contour 3 gets really close to it. That's too close. It's going to be too steep in this area. All right, so we need to do some modifications of contour 2 as well. All right, and so we're going to, remember this is a fill-only solution, so we're going to add some soil down in here as well. And here is our modified contour 2. You can do the same calculation and find out that it has to be at least 3 feet away from contour number 3. And we can double check. It looks like contour 1 is fine. It is more than 3 feet away from contour 2, so we're done with our grading solution.